This video, I'm doing minimum number of arrows to burst balloons. So there are some spherical balloons taped onto a flat wall that represents the XY plane. The balloons are represented as a 2D integer array points, where points at I denotes a balloon whose horizontal diameter stretches between start and end. We don't know the y coordinates of balloons. Arrows can be shot up directly vertically in the positive y direction from different points on the x-axis. A balloon would start and end is burst by an arrow shot at x. If x is in between start and the end, there's no limit to the number of arrows that can be shot, and a shot arrow keeps traveling up infinitely, bursting any balloons in its path. Okay. So given the array points, return the minimum number of arrows that must be shot to burst all balloons. Interesting. So it looks like we just need to find, from these examples, we need to find any overlapping intervals, and then any overlapping intervals can be shot with one arrow, and then we basically just need to get a count of how many arrows it'll take to shoot all the balloons. So in this case, 1 and 6 overlaps with 2 and 8. So these can be shot with one arrow. And then 7 and 12 overlaps with 10 and 16. So that's another arrow. So it's 2 arrows total. And in this case, there is no overlap. So it is 4 arrows total in this case. This is an overlap. This is an overlap. And this is an overlap. But this does not overlap with this. So this is one arrow, and this is the other arrow. So there's 2 arrows total. Okay, so firstly, what I think I want to do is I want to sort this array, and that'll give us a better understanding of what is overlapping what. For example, if we sort this, it'll become 1, 6, 2, 8, 7, 12, 10, 16. So we'll do arrays dot sort points. Okay, now I want to define int arrows equals 0, and basically I want to iterate through the array and so now that it's sorted, I want to iterate through the array, and every iteration I want to add an arrow to my arrow count, because every iteration would represent a balloon. But if the next balloon is overlapping the first balloon, I don't want to, I want that to be part of the same iteration, because it's part of the same balloon. So, let me think. How can I go about this? Okay, so I'm gonna start creating the iteration, the loop. So int x equals 0, while x is smaller than points dot length. Okay. So int in y equals, we'll do y here. So we'll do y equals x. So y equals x. And then or we should do y equals y equals x plus 1 maybe. Okay, yeah, y equals x plus 1. And then now we need to check if the balloon at y is overlapped with the balloon at x. So if we'll think of it like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, or for example, 1, 6, 2, 8. So if x dot, so if points at x at 1 is greater than points interesting. Is greater than points at y at 0, y plus plus. And actually there should be a while loop. While. Okay, so this will keep us going to while and we should throw in here while y is smaller than points dot length. Okay, here. So while y is smaller than points dot length and points at x at 1 is greater than points at y at 0. So there is no overlap. We're going to increment y. And then, so this should take us to the next arrow that's not in overlap. So in this case, it would be 7, 12 because x at 1 is not greater than y at 0. And then we'll do x equals y. And we'll do arrows plus plus. And then we can simply return arrows. And I think this makes sense. So let's take a look. So we're sorting the array. We're initializing our answer. We're starting x, our iterator, at 0. And then while x is not smaller than points dot length, y is x plus 1. So if y is not an overlap at all, then we will simply do x equals y. So x will just become, it'll increment by 1 pretty much. And then we'll add one more arrow. But if it is overlapped, then we'll keep iterating y until we reach a value that's not overlapped. And then we'll add one arrow because one arrow will be able to shoot all of the overlapping balloons. Okay, so let me give this a run. Okay. How do I... Let me just search up the syntax quickly. How to sort a 2D array in Java. Okay, I think something like this. Okay, so we seem to be getting an error here. Let's take a look. In this case, okay, this case we're getting an error. I wonder why that is. So okay, I think it's because I need to make these equal. So while y is smaller or equal to, sorry, while I think that this needs to be equal, because in this case, for example, this is not greater than this, but they're equal, but it still overlaps. Okay. Okay. Seems like we're getting some errors here, so let's take a look. So in this case, we're sorting the array, so it'll be 0, 6, 0, 9. 6 is bigger than 0, so this is an overlap. 9. Y plus plus. Huh. Okay, I think I'm still okay, I think that I'm still looking at x1, which would make sense because for the later iterations, for example, if I am going to the first while loop, then the y is one value, maybe bigger than the x is one value. But in that case, it shouldn't even be a problem. So how would this work? Well, I saw the Poisson length, or y is smaller than Poisson length, and y, huh. I'm not too sure what the problem is here. If okay, am I not accounting for some? Okay, let me walk through this. So the sorted array would be 0, 6, and then 0, 9, and then so 0, 6 overlaps with 0, 9. And then next would be 2, 9, which it overlaps with as well. And then next would be, next would be 2, 8, which it overlaps with, and then 2, 9, which it overlaps with as well. And then 3, 8, which it overlaps with as well. 3, 9, which it overlaps with as well. 6, 8, which it overlaps with as well. But that's it. So then 7, 12, and 9, 10 overlap. That should be a second arrow. When I, for some reason, am seeing it as just one arrow. Okay, I wonder why that is. Points at x at 1, y plus plus, arrows plus plus, return arrows. I wonder why this is the case. Okay, so why is it looking at 0, 6 and saying that it is indeed equal to 7, 12, because that shouldn't be the case at all. 6 is greater or equal to y at 0. Huh. Let me think here. So 0, 6, and 0, 6 is x, right? Because x is 0. And it's looking at points at 0, at 1. And this is after the array has been sorted. At least I think it is. Points equals okay, never mind. Yeah, this has been sorted. So points at 0 should be unless the sorting is not properly done, but points at 0 should be 0, 6, which would make points at x at I 6. So is 6 greater than, okay, I think maybe it's not x equals y plus plus, x equals y. No. Okay. Let me try to just think about this a bit more and see what the issue might be here. So this should be 6. Is 6 is greater or equal to y at 0. So y is starting off as x plus 1. So y would be 0, 9. Yes, it is great. Yes, 6 is greater than 0. So we iterate y. So now y would be 2 at 8. Yes, 6 is greater than 2. So go to this. Yes, 6 is greater than 2. Yes, 6 is greater than 3. Yes, 6 is greater than 3. Yes, 6 is greater or equal to 8. No, 6 is not greater than 7. So then we assign x to this value. We increment our arrows. Increment y. Okay, next up. So while y is smaller than potato points out length, 7 is greater or equal to, 12 is greater or equal to 9. Yes, it is. Okay, and then this is our last one. So next loop, it's not gonna enter this because of this condition here. So x becomes this one here, and then we add one more arrow, right? And then while x is smaller than points dot length, which it is, y equals x plus 1. This isn't hit. I am a bit confused. Okay, I think I might ask ChatGPT what the error is with this solution, because I can't seem to find out what it is. So let's take a look here. What is the problem with this solution? And let's send my solution. Okay, it's saying that I'm sorting the array wrong. So what if I do this and this? Okay, there we go. So my actual logic was correct. That's why I was confused, but it just seems like I was sorting this array wrong. But there we go.